And it's time for our injury update from his home studio. It's the great Dr. Bruce Grossinger. Dr. Bruce, they lost a couple of guys, got banged up today. So what did you see out there with the injury list?
Well, two of them were really important because they're two of the best run stoppers. Fletcher Cox had a groin injury. He basically slipped and did a split. And when you're 330 pounds, that's not a good thing. But he was able to stand on the sidelines. He didn't have to go into the locker room, but a big loss there. Zach Cunningham, as you all pointed out, I think the best run stopper, most physical player, also with those wet conditions, had a hyperextended semimembranosis. In layman's terms, he had a hamstring pull, and you know how hamstrings are. You never know. But the good news is Lane Johnson had some groin soreness, and he's supposed to be back next week. And now we're still doing the countdown for Dallas Goedert. 2 weeks to play, and obviously he's a tremendous asset to the team.
Doc, when you do talk about Lane Johnson here, one of the things I'm concerned about is extended period of time that he could miss. I understand he's fought through high ankle sprains before many times in his career, ankle sprains in his career. Why is it so necessary that a groin injury is going to keep him out for this game?
In the offseason, he underwent surgery for an adductor, which is really essentially the groin. So they actually did a surgery where they attached his adductor, and so that's exactly the area where he felt soreness. So I think, given the fact that he had a tear in surgery, they used an abundance of caution today, particularly with the inclement weather.
And for Fletcher Cox with that groin injury, how much do you think that it's going to make him maybe play only 50% next week against San Fran, or do you think he's good to go considering he was able to finish out the game today?
Well, he was able to stand, just to clarify, he was able to stand on the sidelines in a really, he's able to stand maybe for an hour and a half, so that's a good sign. As far as the percentage, I just hope that he's able to be effective in play. But if so, he'll probably play about the same percentage, maybe 30 to 40% of the snaps. That would be an educated guess.
Doc, out of all the people that are injured, the guy that concerns me the most is Lane Johnson at this point in time. Groin tightness or groin soreness, was the report. How likely, is it that he's going to be able to be 100% next week or be in a position where he can actually step back out on the field? The team is obviously at a massive, massive disadvantage when he's not on the field for a myriad of different reasons. Is his injury something that can be, overcome in a short period of time from this Sunday to next Sunday, I should say?
It's a great question. So, again, he did practice the last 2 days, and he even practiced before the game today, and it was determined by the trainers, the coaches himself, to keep him out. So I think it was groin soreness as opposed to a groin tear. So if we presume that it'll be a dry field, luckily November, December, this is the driest time of year. So if we presume it'll be a dry field, I think he will go. And I agree with you, he's the most important player, particularly against a physical team like the 49ers.
Doc, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate the knowledge, and we will catch you next week. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, let's take a big break, our last break of the show, and come back and look at the monster game. It's like we thought this was a monster game. Next week, it's even bigger as the 49ers come to town. We'll be back to talk about that and to wrap it up right here on the Pond Hockey Eagles postgame show right back after this.
It's Dr. Bruce Grossinger, and I'm the medical director of Philadelphia PRP and Stem Cell Institute. I'm reaching out to those who suffer from spine and joint pain. We use treatment methods that require no surgery, no scalpel, no drugs.
Running, walking, or whatever your desires are, Dr. Grossinger is where you need to come.
You can benefit from the same PRP and stem cell treatment as Wilbert Montgomery. Call us now at 610-222-5675.